Okay, last night was WWE Raw, the 30th of April 2012, and now, you know me, I don't usually do reviews on it, but after this Raw, there's so many things I wanted to talk about, I thought I'll do it in the form of a review. So, let's get into it, shall we? First of all, we started with a massive thing. Brock Lesnar breaks Triple H's arm. Now, that would be a massive storyline in itself, but then you add in the fact that this is a guy coming from the UFC, and Triple H is being booked as like the head of the WWE at the moment. So a guy's come from another company and broke the boss's arm. I think the locker room should have piled out there, and Lesnar should have ran for the hills with all these guys there. Or like maybe get the police to like sort of take him to the back or something. They could have made it bigger, but this was big anyway. They could go one of two ways coming out of this. They could either fire Brock Lesnar, fire him, and then have him come back in a few months when Triple H, his arm's healed, and then comes and says, do you know what, Brock Lesnar, I want to face you, I want to get revenge on you. How long will that take? That's another big question. How long will they keep Triple H out for with his so-called broken arm, and when will they start to push Brock Lesnar Triple H sort of feud? That could be around SummerSlam time. Also, it could be a lot sooner. It could be even over the limit at the end of this month, because remember when Zack Ryder broke his back? They've brought him back so quickly after a broken back. I think they just use these terms broken just to mean sort of fractured and sort of mean, oh, he's just hurt it a little bit. Because they're bringing him back really quickly. So this broken arm of Triple H might not see him out for a very long time. He might be back pretty soon. The other way they could go with that is have Undertaker come out. Now this is the thing I want them to do on Raw this week. I want Undertaker to come out and say, do you know what, Brock? You have no respect for the old timers, and this will feed into the thing they've done coming out of WrestleMania, where it's the end of an era. These kick-ass guys, and remember when that was happening, everyone was saying, oh my god, these are the kick-ass guys, and they're going and they're basically burying the roster. Well, they've brought in Brock Lesnar, and that's solved that problem, hasn't it? But now you're a kick-ass guy, but you do not respect us, Brock Lesnar. You could have that Undertaker Triple H feud, Undertaker Brock Lesnar feud even. And then Triple H and Undertaker can sort of be aligned after they all hugged at the end of the match at WrestleMania. See, it all comes together. It all starts to tie in. It all starts to make sense. This Raw, to me, started to make a lot of things make sense. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I really loved it. So yeah, I really do hope they go with that Brock Lesnar Undertaker thing. And then Brock Lesnar Triple H as well. Right, next up, we had Miz versus Santino. This is a beat the clock match. Whoever won the match in the quickest time gets a match against CM Punk for the WWE title at Over the Limit. Now, this is an okay match. It was a rematch from the night before. It ended in like 4.5 minutes, which was good, which meant that the rest of these matches had to be over before the 4.5 minute mark, basically. So yeah, Miz wins, and then Miz is the standard bearer. Next up, we had a women's match. Layla defends against the Bella Twins. Now, the Bella Twins' contract was running out. She beats them in 10 seconds, and then they get fired behind the scenes, and it's not even shown. It was ridiculous. I think if they wanted to do something like this, what they should have done was had the Bella Twins complain to well, first of all, they should have never given them the title like last week. They should have had Layla beat Beth Phoenix at the pay-per-view, and then Bella Twins. I remember the Bella Twins had one more pay-per-view match in them or something. I remember that's why they did that. Anyway, they should have had Layla beat Beth Phoenix for the title, and then Layla to then the Bella Twins to come out and say, do you know what, we want a title match, and for Johnny Laurinaitis to say, do you know what, you can have a title match, but whoever doesn't win the title out of you two, you get fired. And then for them to both go out there and both fail, and Layla to beat them both in a good match, put Layla over properly, fire them both on screen, embarrass them, that would have been excellent. But instead they hot-shotted it a little bit, 10 seconds, kicked them out of there, and then were fired backstage, and we'll never hear from them ever again, probably. Next match was Chris Jericho versus The Big Show. Again, another stop the clock challenge match. This match ended at the same time as Miz match, because Big Show was just about to be counted out, but then the time ran out, so that was that. It was an okay match. It's a bit weird how they just end in the Jericho Punk feud and they're sort of just not going to mention it ever again. Also, weird that what they're going to do with Big Show. Big Show could be one of the guys who faces Brock Lesnar. After Brock Lesnar had broke Triple H's arm, 4 guys ran to the rescue, and that was Kofi Kingston, R-Truth, Sheamus, and the Big Show. These guys rushed to his attention, rushed to help him. And I like the little touch that they did where they had the WWE officials come out and sort of like surround Brock Lesnar a little bit, or like crowd him, get around him, not too close, but just get around him. Just so that they had an excuse for not having Big Show go out there and attack him. I think Big Show and Brock Lesnar would be a good match. Lesnar can even beat the Big Show, and that could be the thing that gets Lesnar his heat back even more in terms of him winning matches. And then he can lose to the Undertaker and then beat Triple H, and then we can just keep building like that. Lose one, win one, lose one, win one, and then because then he'll put over all these guys, and then he can beat all these guys as well who don't need wins like Big Show and Triple H, because Triple H is pretty much retired, and Big Show as well. He's the Big Show. He doesn't really need wins. Next up, Brodus Clay versus JTJ. They're starting to do this thing where the wrestlers are starting to figure out Brodus Clay's attack. Now, people complain saying that when you start off somebody so strong and then his matches start to get longer and longer and longer, although you're not exposing him to be a bad wrestler at the beginning, you're starting to make him look weaker and weaker as time goes along because he can't finish guys off quickly. I don't think it works as much as that. I think it's more of, at first no one knew what to expect and he was beating guys straight away, but now guys have had time to look at how he's fighting and examine him a little bit more, and they know how they're going into it, and they know like how to attack him more and how to fend him off for longer, should I say. And yeah, Clay beats JTJ, obviously. Then we had Randy Orton beating Jack Swagger, beating Mrs. Time as well, so now Randy Orton's the standard bearer. Randy Orton's on his way to face CM Punk if everything stays as it is. A good match, probably Jack Swagger's best match all year, to be honest, because he doesn't really have that many good matches. For someone who showed so much promise, Jack Swagger's really fading off a little bit, isn't he? In terms of Randy Orton, I don't know what they're doing with him. He's slipping in terms of importance in the company. Remember that time he was the second to John Cena, and now you've got guys like Brock Lesnar above him. Obviously Undertaker and Triple H are above him, but they're not really around. But he's slipping. CM Punk's definitely above him now, in my opinion. Daniel Bryan's getting to that point as well. Next we had a tag team title match. Primo and Epico lost the tag team titles to R-Truth and Kofi Kingston. A random pairing thrown together. I don't know why they've put the titles on them. Maybe they just thought, we'll go with something different. We'll push these as a tag team. Maybe they'll have them break up. Maybe Kofi will turn heel on R-Truth. In fact, I'd love to call that now, and I'd love for them to build a feud around these two guys, but I just don't have faith in WWE to do that, to focus anything on tag teams and that sort of a split anymore. Next up, we had Kane versus Carly in another one of these matches. Again, they both had each other ready for the chokeslam, and the time ran out. An okay match, you know, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it was just there. It was just a match to, you know, just to sort of, you know what's going to happen, really. Carly, he's obviously there to, he's a gimmick, isn't he? He's just a huge Indian guy. He's a huge draw over there. He's massive. You can put him out. He can dominate guys. You can lose to the top guys without really losing too much steam, much like the Big Show. In terms of Kane, they made him look strong by having him dominate Carly in sections of this match, getting his steam back from losing to Orton last night. Again, Kane's the monster. The way he looks now, he's he's fantastic in my opinion. Excuse me. Yeah, so Kane's looking good, looking dominant again. I hope they start to build him back up again. I'd love to see him face Sheamus for that world title on SmackDown. Next up we had Daniel Bryan versus Jerry Lawler, and Daniel Bryan beats Jerry Lawler in a nice little quick match. I really enjoyed it because I knew what was happening. As soon as he put Jerry Lawler in there, the thought was in my mind, and I was like, please let this happen. Please let Daniel Bryan beat Jerry Lawler. Please let him beat him in the record time, and please let him go on to Over the Limit to face CM Punk for the WWE title. Imagine this, wrestling fans. All the times I've talked about it, CM Punk and Daniel Bryan on top of the WWE going into WrestleMania. Now they're going to headline a card against each other. These two ROH legends. These are literally legends from Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor don't really have too many legends because they're quite a new company. They've only been around for about 10 years. But these two guys are two of the biggest guys who've ever left there in terms of name value. Not size, obviously. But Punk versus Bryan, WWE title. Who would have ever thought that? I cannot wait for this match. It should be a brilliant match. You know, I've not really got much to say about it because it's obvious. Everything's obvious what I've got to say about it. It's going to be fantastic. I really cannot wait to see this match. I find it interesting that they're having Daniel Bryan move over to face the winner of the Raw, the Raw champion. But maybe this is the end of the brand split era. Hopefully there will not be a draft ever again, and hopefully these two brands will merge. The world title will fuck off. I really want to get rid of that world title, and then we'll start to move along. But Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk at Over the Limit, I'm really excited about that. I hope you guys are too, because this is, like someone said when these guys both won the world title back at around Money in the Bank or whenever it was, if you can't get with this, you'll get left behind, because these two are awesome guys. Well, awesome wrestlers anyway. Finally, John Cena versus mystery opponent. Laurinaitis comes out and he brings out Lord Tensai with his Deshi Sakamoto, and they come out and then he's got his back to the fans. He's not got his back to the fans, sorry. So I can just turn my arse on ringing, but it's stopped now, never mind. He's got his back to the fans. He's got his back to Johnny Laurinaitis, not his back to the fans. And then Sakamoto's like doing this with his arms in the air, and then Albert's like looking all mean at him, like, yeah, I'm gonna come get you, Cena. And then like out of nowhere, bam, from behind, Johnny Laurinaitis nails Cena with the microphone and says, you know what, I am gonna face you over the limit. We're gonna get John Cena versus Johnny Laurinaitis at Over the Limit. Haven't we seen this on Raw before? I'm not too pissed off about it. I think it's alright. It's a good little mid-card match to throw in there. Cena's got this apparent broken arm or whatever. He's hurt his arm. It's not broken, so he's not injured, he's just hurt. He was making that point, and I thought it was interesting because he was saying if you're injured you get time off, but if you're hurt you don't, and you get to continue doing this. And I thought it was a sort of a message to the WWE roster saying, from Vince McMahon saying, listen, if you're injured you get time off, but if you're hurt, I don't give a fuck. You're going to wrestle, you're going to work. If you're hurt, I don't care if you're hurt, you're going to work. If you're injured, I'll give you the time off. Fair enough, I cannot do anything against that. I'll probably get sued. But if you're just hurt, nah, you're getting in there and you're wrestling. Sort of puts everyone off and wanting to get in the wrestling industry, doesn't it? Like, yeah. But yeah, it started to all make sense, didn't it? In my opinion, what Lord Tensai is. Lord Tensai's come from Japan. He's got this Deshi Sakamoto. What link have the WWE got to Japan? Johnny Laurinaitis. Johnny Laurinaitis made his name in Japan. He worked for most of his career over in Japan, and he got arguably most of his fame in Japan because he wasn't that big of a name in the States. And he's now got this Lord Tensai character, and they've sort of aligned with him. And that's what I mean when I said before, things are starting to make sense. Things are starting to tie in together. Lord Tensai, as they align him more and more and more with Johnny Ace, it's starting to make sense why this guy's been brought in. Why this guy's not come back as A-Train again, or Albert. He's come back as this Japanese character because they want to really get the message across. He's come from Japan. He's been brought over, and the smart fans, the so-called smart fans like me, I say so-called when it comes to me as well, we tie that in together as well, don't we? We think, do you know what, Johnny Laurinaitis, he was from Japan, and he's brought A-Train over from Japan as well. This is very interesting. I think this is a very, very good Raw. To me, this got me asking a load of questions. This got me answers to a lot of questions. This got me really thinking about WWE's product. Now, I don't know about you guys, but what did you think of Raw? What do you think of all the guys I've talked about on this? Now, Lord Tensai, a lot of people don't like him because he's got this silly gimmick. I really do like him. I think it's really clever what they're doing with him. To have this evil guy, he's not only is he American, he's a sellout because he's taken those Japanese traditions to come back and smash these American heroes such as John Cena. He's already beaten him in a match, and now he's beat him down. What do you think of these guys? What did you think of Raw? Also, I'm going to do it properly this time. Oh, there's my alarm. My food's ready. Let's get this video ended. I'm going to do it properly this time. Right here in this top corner, right there, I'm going to put the link to Buff Bean Stuffed channel. I mentioned it the last one, but I just put it in the box down below and I didn't really get it across properly, so yeah, go check his channel out, it's right there. Also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Extreme Nick 09's channel right there. So if you've not seen his channel, which I'm sure you have because he's got like over 1,000 subscribers I think, but check his channel out. I'll put the links directly so you can subscribe to them both there and there. Thank you very much for checking this video out. Let me know your thoughts on Raw. Let me know your thoughts in the direction the WWE is going. Lesnar's match at Extreme Rules. Continue the chat. Let's find out what we all think about this. I want to know your opinions. Let me know down below. Like or dislike, as always. And thank you very much for watching.